Everyone is asking the same question about this hot topic. Will AI replace humans? And the simple answer is no, but not for the reasons you think. AI can do a lot. It can do almost everything. From writing your emails to drafting personas and asking random questions like, what do we have to eat for dinner? It's useful, but you have to know how to use it the right way. So here are 4 tips to avoid the most common mistakes.
The first tip is the known versus the unknown. So we have seen that AI is becoming part of everyone's innovation process. Those teams use it all over the place and not strategically. Those teams are experimenting with AI, but they are not really creating value.
For example, imagine hiring the most brilliant intern on earth. And the intern has read everything, watched all the videos, all the books, and read the whole internet. You would think it would be a brilliant intern, but there is one problem, and that's the same problem with AI. AI has never met your customer, has never experienced or used your product or services, and it has also never experienced your market.
And AI is pattern-based. Innovation often requires discovering new patterns and not looking at the ones we've already seen. AI is based on history and innovation is about the future. AI focuses on the known and innovation is all about the unknown.
So tip number 2 is called garbage in, garbage out. And it's exactly what it says. If AI is making your innovation decisions, you're probably using it wrong. Earlier we talked about would AI be able to replace humans? And we told you no. Of course not. But the question is, if AI isn't replacing humans, then where does it create the most value?
That's a good question. It creates the most value in repetitive tasks, like summaries of interviews, emails, websites. It's all repetitive work in the innovation space. And this is where it actually can create value for you. So traditionally, this would cost a lot of manual hours and work of people, but the important factor is what comes in, because that has a big effect on what comes out. It needs good information.
So all those examples, the output is based on the input. So if the user won't give enough good input, the output would also be terrible. So the most basic way to use AI, and the way you're probably using AI, is by removing friction, by replacing repetitive tasks. But the catch is, if you give the AI garbage, the AI will also give you garbage. But this is the most basic way of using AI.
We can easily take that a step further with tip number 3. So the third tip is the infinite interview. What if you could test your ID against thousands of possible customer opinions in just 10 minutes? It's an exciting application of AI because now it's very difficult to get hundreds and thousands of opinions of customers. With this synthetic research, these things become possible.
But what do we mean with the infinite interview? So actually it's a basic use of AI where you can create multiple different personas. Each chat is a different person. You could make 10, 20 personas in AI, and each person could be a different type of client, different type of customer. So what that means is that you can just from your desk interview thousands of customers by just chatting on your laptop with AI. You don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to meet people in real life, but we would recommend to meet people in real life and interview them. But if you want a lot of different opinions, you can do it here from your desk with AI. So you could use AI as a simulation tool.
So these synthetic users are very useful for example, interview preparation. So you already have a wide view of what people possibly think by already identifying patterns, but they shouldn't replace real interviews with people who can experience, for example, your product. So this is an excellent tool for widening your perspective and prepare better for real interviews, because those are still super important. So these synthetic users will widen your scope even before you talk to a real user for the first time. You will have so much more information before you get to your first customer or first opinion. So these synthetic users will give you the ability to interview thousands of people and get their opinions, it widens your scope. And that's why we call it the infinite interview.
Tip number 4 is about experience beats information. Just because AI has seen millions of customer reviews doesn't mean it has ever been a customer itself. So why is this important? This is probably the biggest weakness of AI at the moment, because AI has a lot of information, but at the moment it has no experience at all.
AI cannot feel frustration. It cannot handle your product, for example. It cannot hesitate before buying it. It cannot observe body language. It cannot really feel those emotions that comes with a real customer experience. For example, we cannot start having AI write reviews of restaurants because they have never tasted the food there.
So that's why good innovation requires empathy. AI has a lot of information, but it has no experience. So if you want to test your ID or your product, then it's really important to test it with real people and real persons, because they have emotional reactions and they can experience your product. That's why experience beats information.
Just because AI agrees with your ID doesn't mean your customers will. So the next time you can use AI in your innovation process, we have a simple PDF that will help you with some checklists about when to use it, but also what would require human judgment and what's important to keep to yourself. And most importantly, what must be validated in the real world. So you can download our free PDF with the link in the description, which has a summary of all the points we made, and really to keep your eye focused on what's important.